start recording. Hopefully this is all working. Let's get my notes up.
I don't see a stream
Over
yet.
Here. Let's make these notes smaller. I don't need all of this. Yeah, that should be good there. Is it not working?
I haven't seen a live stream pop up yet, but I'm refreshing.
Great.
Yep. Let's just go directly to the channel. Yep, looks like we are live.
Excellent. Okay.
Nope, looks like we're offline.
Oh, really?
Live stream offline.
Oh, come on. What?
Do you have a delay?
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't think so.
Alright, if you're recording, it doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah,
whatever.
I guess I can upload it later. Whatever. All right, let's start. It is recording, so.
Is it streaming?
It says it's streaming.
Uh-huh.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, welcome to BOTRBAMG.
BOTRBAMG.
Here we go. We listened to some music again.
We did. We listened to 4 albums this month.
Just 4. Just a nice 4 albums.
Nice round number.
Yep. All right, yeah, so we listened to The Smiths, The Queen is Dead, Marcy Playground, Leaving Wonderland, In a Fit of Rage.
Yep.
Duke Ellington and John Coltrane, Duke Ellington and John Coltrane, and Sponge, Wax Ecstatic.
I think you stopped the stream. I think it streamed and then stopped.
Okay, I'm going to stop the stream real quick. Stream again. This could be a weird whatever. Here we go.
Oh, now it looks like it's live.
Excellent. Should I start over? Whatever.
Nope.
Here we go. Excellent.
Yes. Yes, you should definitely start over.
Welcome to BOTRBAMG.
BOTRBAMG episode June.
Episode June. Halfway, I think. We made it to the halfway point. Is there a name that I don't know for the halfway point of a thing?
Midway.
Well, besides midway.
Halftime.
I was hoping for something more interesting than that.
Penultimate.
Well, no, I don't think that's what halfway means.
Fortnite.
All right, yep, if you couldn't tell, we listen to music and talk about it. Here's the albums we listened to this month. The Smiths.
Yes.
The Queen is Dead. Marcy Playground, Leaving Wonderland, In a Fit of Rage. Duke Ellington and John Coltrane and Duke Ellington. That's not what it's actually called.
What?
And Sponge, Wax Ecstatic.
Yep. It wax ecstatic.
Yep. Yeah. Those were the 4 albums. Let's get to the Smiths, I guess.
Yep. This featuring Robert Smith and
No. What did we say last time? Robert Cure.
Robert Cure from the Smiths.
Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Whoops. There's the Smiths. I was going to actually make this not as dumb as it is, but then I decided, no, let's keep it dumb.
Alright.
So.
I stopped watching the live stream, by the way, so.
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, but like I still like delete the space and stuff. I was going to make that not as dumb as it is, but.
No, you should never change.
It's staying that way.
Yep.
It would make it way easier. I could just like hit the space bar to move on to each and they all change at the same time.
Oh yeah, sure.
But I didn't, of course. Yes, the Smiths.
Unnecessarily slick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I knew almost nothing about the Smiths. I knew they were somehow connected to The Cure. Or
Right,
well,
because Robert Smith.
yes, I thought they were somehow connected to The Cure. Turns out, actually, that the dude Robert Smith hates the Smiths, and Morrissey's not a fan of The Cure. In
Cool.
my very short amount of research into those two bands.
I will say I have a lot in common with both of them then.
But yeah, like I had no idea what the Smiths even sounded like coming into this.
Yeah, me neither.
And it was not what I didn't really have. I don't know what I expected, but it was not what they sound like.
Mm.
I don't know. To me, they were just like a 80s pop band. I really don't know what I expected.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've listened to this. I did anticipate disliking it more than I did.
Yeah, me too. Like I thought I was gonna hate it, and I didn't.
Yeah, it was very, very inoffensive.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I really seriously disliked The Cure, and for me, in my mind, they were very much the same kind of band as what I have anticipated.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they were much, I don't know, blander. I've also never really listened to Morrissey.
Yeah, me neither.
So I didn't know. But yeah, I don't know. It was just like, okay.
Yeah, like it. Yeah, like I mean, like I said, I had not listened to Morrissey and still have not. It did not inspire me to go listen to Morrissey.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't listen to any of the other Smiths albums.
Mm-hmm.
I just, yeah, I don't know. It just sounded like really. I mean, generic's not the word, but just I don't know, standard '80s pop to me.
Sure. Yeah.
Like it really like I really don't have strong feelings either way, like good or bad, about this band. They were fine.
Yeah.
Like it really, like, I could say like it reminded me of like I've only listened to that one Violent Femmes album, but it kind of reminded me of what I remembered of that album, and it reminded me a lot of this band James.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard?
I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar.
I don't know where I heard James, but yeah, there's a band called James that they sound a lot like as well. Or well, James I guess sounds like them because James is a like '90s band. But yeah, I'm glad I listened to it just so like because I had this idea of what the Smiths was and it was way off.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess in that way, like I'm glad I listened to it, but like yeah, like I'm just not inspired to go seek out Morrissey. I actually found him like his singing was like what I liked the least out of the band. I thought the band themselves was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I thought like drums, guitar, bass, like I thought that the music part was fine. I don't really like his singing.
I agree.
Like yeah, I kind of the same way. Like I don't think he's a bad singer. I don't know. I didn't really like it.
Yeah,
oh, well.
I agree. I felt I don't know. I didn't feel anything. I think.
Yeah, like I'm kind of glad you feel the same. Like this is exactly like I listened to it every day that week, and was just like even though at the end of a full week, I was like, huh. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Like I feel nothing. Like I don't. That yeah, like that was music. I guess like it was totally inoffensive. Just
it was music. I guess. Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, like I haven't felt like this just like blah about any of the music we've listened to so far.
Yeah, I agree. I think exactly.
Like and like I guess maybe it's because I went into it expecting that I was really going to dislike it.
Mm-hmm.
And then turns out like, yeah, no, it's just whatever. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I was pretty surprised at that. But
Yeah, I agree as well. Uh, yeah. What was the last album we listened to at the end of last month? Do you remember?
it
What was
was
that before this?
Etta James,
Oh, okay.
which you really didn't like, right? You disliked it, right? Like much more
Yeah,
than I did.
but I listened to good Etta James after that, so
Sure.
that
Yes.
was
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. There is better Etta James to listen to, and there might be better Smiths to listen to, but this album did
Sure.
not make me want to go and listen to it. And like I
Nope.
looked at like the related artists, and
Yeah.
or I guess not. I don't know. Spotify seems to have changed. I forget. It doesn't say related artists anymore. It says like fans also like or something. Like they changed the wording of that
Oh, really?
section on Spotify. Yeah, it doesn't say related artists anymore. It says it says something else. But either way, the other list of artists I didn't really like. I recognized quite a few of the names. I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard this, whatever. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't really check anything else out. But yeah, my favorite track was I think it's actually a fairly popular one of theirs. Was There Is a Light That Never Goes Out.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one about if a 10-ton truck killed us both or whatever. No, it's just a dark fucking song.
I'm gonna be honest. I listened to this album 4 weeks ago. I don't remember shit about it except my favorite song was the first album, I guess, or first song, I guess.
Sure,
The Queen is Dead.
yeah. The first song was the other song on this album. That I was like, oh yeah, this one's good. It's also like fairly different than the rest of the album.
Mm.
But yeah, cool.
Yeah, I thought that one was okay. And then but I think I listened to it and I thought, oh, this is all right. And then I listened to the rest of the album and I just had no interest in it anymore. So that's why I picked the first one.
It's also, I mean, I guess like I want to move on from this, but
cool.
It hold on. Last thing is like it's weirdly like there's a couple of like songs that are kind of like felt like this is okay, and then there's like two or three songs that are just really slow and fairly boring musically.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes back to like, oh, this song is more interesting, and then it goes back to just like very, I guess like lyrics are the most important parts, and yeah, it's a weird album that I didn't really like.
Mm-hmm.
But oh well. All right, next was Marcy Playground.
Yeah, Leaving Wonderland in a Fit of Rage.
Which I've heard other Marcy Playground's albums, but not this one.
I think this was their fourth album, probably. They became quite popular. First album called Marcy Playground.
Yeah, I think the first one, just self-titled.
Sex and Candy was a huge hit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like their second album, which was...
Oh boy, I don't remember the name of it, but I own both of the first two. I own
like
the first and second.
I think Shapeshifter.
Yeah, Shapeshifter. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I don't think that was nearly as much of a hit. I liked it. There's some weird stuff on there, but it's an album.
I like Shapeshifter a lot.
Yeah. I just don't think they found nearly the success that the first album had.
Mm-hmm.
Critically or whatever. But yeah, I like. Oh, Equalizer. I love the first album and the second album as well. The third album was called MP3. Terrible name.
I had not. Yeah, I had only heard the first two. I had not heard anything from Marcy Playground after that.
Yeah, so after Shapeshifter, I'd kind of fallen off. The reason that I started listening, and this was one of my suggestions, the reason that I started listening to this album is because you made a comment about about Mars Playground and some other band being like a band that you would almost never skip when it came up randomly
Yeah,
on your shuffle in iTunes. I was like,
absolutely.
yeah, me
That
too. I
still
really like
holds
Mars
true.
Playground. And then so I was like, oh shit, I wonder, I haven't checked in on them in a while.
Uh,
And then I came across this album and I was like, man, I really like this album. MP3, I actually have not gone back and listened to, I think, at all.
mhm.
Maybe one time. But yeah, I don't remember what that one's like at all. But listening to this one again, I still really like this album. There's a little uh, part in the middle that's kind of whatever, but there's
Yeah.
some really good songs at the beginning, and there's a bunch of really good songs at the end of the album.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, what'd you think? You had heard this album once before, or never?
No. I'd only heard the first two.
Okay.
Never heard MP3. Never heard this one. Or I think there's one or two after this too that I also
Oh yes.
have not heard. Yeah. Yeah. I like this a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah. I feel the same way as you. Like, there's a couple songs in the beginning I really like.
Hmm.
There's a few. There's like a chunk in the middle that is so, and then and like the last few songs are quite good as well.
Yep. Which
Uh,
made it quite hard to pick a favorite song because
yeah.
there's a bunch that I like. I like a lot.
Yeah. There's a few songs on here that I was like, God, these sound. I mean, maybe it's been a long time, but these sound exactly like songs from those first two albums.
Yeah, sure.
Like, there are sections of songs that are like, God, this sounds exactly like those first two albums. But my first note says, when did Marcy Playground get so horny?
Dude, their biggest hit was called
I
Sex
know,
and
I
Candy.
know, Sex and Candy is their biggest hit. But this album is horny as hell.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of sex in this album.
There's a lot of
Holy
porn.
shit.
Yeah.
Because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I kind of associate them with more, like, goofy, weird songs.
Yeah. And like speaking of the song Star Baby sounds very much like one that should be on Shapeshifter also.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you were saying. Yeah, so totally. But yeah, very horny. It's good.
Yeah, like, it's good though. Like, I liked this album quite a bit.
Yeah. And even like I said, in the middle there's some songs that are kind of meh, but even those, like, I got no problem with them. For the most part, it's just like there's some real standouts other than those though.
Mm-hmm. I don't think this is as good as Kesha, but I did find myself like tapping my foot to more than one of these songs as I was listening, which has not happened since that Kesha album. That I would catch myself like tapping my foot like along with the song. Like, I found myself doing that same thing with this one.
Mm-hmm. And I would say that, like, in general, Mars Playground is kind of like a combination Weezer and Presidents of the United States of America.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
If you haven't listened to them before.
So. Yeah, like, and one of my last notes says that this album kind of starts like a Marcy Playground album and ends kind of like a solo album. And then I read about how, like, apparently this was going to just be a solo album. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. That because, like, I mean, yeah, like, there are definitely parts that feel like Marcy Playground, but there are definitely, like, this feels like a solo album song.
But I also think that there's been maybe some lineup changes as well around this time. I forget.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, they were a three-piece, so it was either the bass or the drums. I don't remember which one, but one of them left. Yeah, bass or drums. I don't remember which, but yeah, one of them left, and they replaced him with someone else. But
Can I just reiterate how bad of a name MP3 is?
yeah, it's really bad. Well, I am
So,
not a big fan of leaving Wonderland ... in a fit of rage. It's pretty.
yeah, that's true. That's pretty bad.
It's not great.
Yeah,
And honestly, Marcy Playground, not a great name for a band either. I don't
that's
think.
that's true. It's not a great.
But whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I couldn't pick. I mean, if I have to, I'll pick one song. But this, like, yeah,
Mm.
this was a fairly tough decision. There's at least like 3 or 4 songs that I had
Mm-hmm.
in my favorite track list,
Sure.
and I cut it down to 2.
Uh,
But yeah, I like both these songs for like fairly different reasons. But yeah, the first one I wrote down was "I Burned the Bed."
okay.
As I really like the guitar in that song. It's
Mm-hmm.
real cool. And then the other song was "Memphis,"
Oh, okay.
which I had actually heard because that's a like a re-recording of one of their earlier songs.
Right. It's I think a B-side to some single.
Yeah, so like somehow I had actually heard the original version of Memphis. So when I heard this one, I was like, "Oh shit, this is way better than that other one." I mean, it's not like wildly different, but like the version on this album is better, easily better to me. But yeah, so those were the 2 I liked. But yeah, there were a few others like is it Gin and Money? I like the guitars in that one too.
Yep. Yeah, I would say
Irene also was another one I really liked. I think it's
I really
Irene.
like Gin and Money and Good Times. I think Good Times is just a nice.
Yeah, Good Times
song.
is good. Yeah.
But I would say, yeah, Gin and Money is probably my favorite off of this album.
Yeah, Gin and Money. Yeah, the guitars in Gin and Money are good.
Mm-hmm.
Another horny song. I Burned the Bed, also a horny song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. It really stuck out to me. I was like, God, I knew. I knew. I was like, when I wrote it down, I was like, I know Sex and Candy is like their biggest song, but really, like this album is like way horny. But all right, ready to move on?
Yep.
Next up, John Coltrane, but also Duke Ellington first. The album's the same as the people playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, uh-oh. That's no good. All right, we'll go with that, I guess.
John Coltrane.
John Coltrane gets a little cut off, but whatever. Good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I don't have too much to say about this one myself, so I'll go first. It's okay. It's not really I've never been a huge jazz fan.
I was gonna say, to start this, you have said before to me that you don't, not that you don't like jazz, like it's just not, yeah, you're not interested.
It's not my thing generally. Yeah. I like I like a lot of like big band music and that kind of jazz, like swing. I really like that, but like more free flowing.
Typically, Duke Ellington is a big band guy.
Yes, exactly. And I really enjoy that. Like I really like, not like Zoot Suit Riot stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I know what you mean.
Actual good swing, but yeah. So I don't know. It's just not really my thing. I thought it was fine. I really liked the first song. That's my favorite, In a Sentimental Mood.
Yep.
That's the song of all of the music we've listened to so far I've had like a very physical reaction to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I listen to it and I'm like, man, I really wish it were raining right now. Listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. That's my song. I thought the album's okay. I'll probably not listen to it again, but I didn't hate it. It was fun.
The In a Sentimental Mood is not my favorite song, but I really like that song, just because how I guess how late Duke Ellington like hits the keys like as late as possible within
Mm-hmm.
like the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
he's so far back in the
Mm-hmm.
beat. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, like that song is really good. Like I don't know if you looked on Spotify, like it's easily the #1 track for Duke Ellington. I forget like
Sure.
how many, but like yeah, it's like way, way, way ahead. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have liked jazz for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to a lot of jazz. Somehow I had not actually listened to this. I knew I had heard the In a Sentimental Mood. I had heard before
Mm-hmm.
that version, because that's like most. I guess not maybe most, but I think like half of this album is actually just songs that Duke Ellington or John Coltrane had written already on their own, and then
Oh,
they just played together
just played
for
together.
that
Sure.
time. Like my favorite was the second song, Take the Coltrane.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I like how Coltrane sounds like he's fucking up like most of the song,
Mm-hmm.
but it still sounds good. I don't know. I really liked that song. But yeah, I don't know. I like this whole album. Kind of like you. I don't know that I'd listen to it that often again.
Mm-hmm.
But like the whole album anyway. Like I'll definitely listen to In a Sentimental Mood and Take the Coltrane. Those two songs I really like.
Sure.
I also liked I forget that it's some My Little Brown Book or Brown Leather Brown Books. Some I forget the name. There's some other track, like the fourth or fifth track that I also
Yeah,
really
that seems to be his maybe second most popular song.
Which one?
My little like if you look at the like Duke Ellington top 5 songs or whatever,
Uh-huh.
that I think is the second most popular.
Yeah.
At least number of streams.
Yeah. I mean, like this album is clearly super popular.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, somehow I had not heard it. But yeah, I liked it quite a bit.
Good.
Let's move on to the next one.
I think I want to
Oh.
real quick. I'm not sure, but I'll probably investigate this a little bit more on my own. But it might be specifically jazz piano that I'm not super into.
Really? I feel like, well, okay, yeah.
Because like what was it, a few months ago or whatever, we talked about Miles Davis, I forget what's it called, Spanish Sessions, Lisbon Sessions. What was it called?
Spanish Sessions, yeah.
Spanish Sessions, yeah. And like I enjoyed that, and but it's very much not a piano thing.
Well, wait till you hear the albums for next month.
All right, here we go.
You might have some jazz piano in your future.
All right. Well, it's good. I'll be able to investigate farther.
Yeah, you will. All right, next up was Sponge. Wax Ecstatic.
Wax Ecstatic. This was another one of my suggestions.
Yep. I thought I knew more about Sponge than I did.
Mm.
But Yeah. I thought I had heard more of this album. I had definitely only heard like the singles. I guess there were 2 songs that I recognized.
Was it Wax Ecstatic and the Drag Queens of Memphis or Drag Queen of Memphis?
No, it was Wax Ecstatic and the something Mary something.
Have you seen Mary?
Have you? Yeah, that one. Those were the 2 that I definitely heard before. There may have been other songs that I possibly had heard before, but I'm not sure. But yeah, those 2, I was like, oh shit, yep, I have heard this one before. Oh, yep, I've heard this one. But yeah, So the first 4, I think, the first 4 songs are like wildly different. Well, maybe not wildly different. They're very different. I feel like song to song, the first 4 songs are pretty different. And I liked it up to that point. Up to like, I really, really do not like that 4th song.
The Drag Queen of Memphis?
Yeah, is that what it's called? Yes. I thought that song was awful. And after like the 2nd or 3rd day, I think I just stopped listening to it because I really didn't like it. But yeah, like up to the 4th song, I was like, all right, yeah, this like the first song I liked. I was like, okay, this is not what I thought Sponge sounded like, but cool.
It's not what they sounded like after their first album.
Well, yeah, okay, we can get to that as well. But yeah, so after the 4th song, the rest of the album, besides that, I've heard the Mary song. It's like, man, I really do not like any of this. But yeah, so I did go and listen to their first album.
Called Sponge, or Rotting Pinata.
Yeah, Rotting Pinata. That's a good album. I like that one quite a bit. I did not like this album at all.
Yeah. I really, really, really like that first album, and I feel like they got lumped in with all the other grunge, like second wave of grunge musicians.
Oh yeah, dude! If you look at the related artists, fans also like whatever. It is a playlist of 107.7 The End from 1996. Like it's like yep. I know every band. Like I've listened to all. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but like I think, so I really, really like them, and I felt like they kind of got labeled. I mean, it was obvious comparison, sure, but I feel like they got dragged down because of that label. Like a lot of the songs off that album that I really like the most are not the most grungy. Like I really like some of the weirder stuff, like Giant Pinwheels and stuff like that.
Off the first one, yeah.
And then so what I think they did with this second album, and I like this second album. It's not great, not nearly as good as Rotting Pinata, but I think it was a lot of very directed backlash to that label. So they went in a very different direction. And I think some of it worked, some of it didn't.
Yeah.
I don't really dislike any of the songs, but also I think it's because of when I listened to this. I listened to it when it was brand new. I have very, very strong memories of getting this at the CD store and then playing it in my dad's truck driving around in Nevada. And like, so I was like, I wanted to like it at the time.
Yeah.
And so I kind of did, even though it was real different. But I was just like, I like this band, so I like this album. And it's all right. There's some weird stuff. There's some really weird stuff on this album, though. But like you said, Drag Queen of Memphis is very strange. Got to Be a Bore is also a bit of a strange one, the second song on the album.
Yeah. Well, I kind of liked that song, though.
It is.
It's weird. Like it's a weird like outlier to the rest of the album.
Works. So yeah, it's a weird it's a weird album top to bottom, but yeah, I
Hmm.
like it. Not nearly as much as the first one,
Okay.
um, but it's cool.
Yeah, I can't believe this band keeps coming up, but
The Smiths, I know.
no, 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 no. Some like parts of this album sounded reminded me of Our Lady Peace, a band that we have both talked about liking,
Uh,
but for some reason in this band, even the parts that sounded kind of like them, I just
uh,
it did not work for me.
yeah, that's another band from that era that I really liked a lot more than a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Uh,
Like, I mean, yeah, it's weird that no, it's not weird. We're maybe the only two people that like that band.
yeah,
But
that's a band though that I listened to a lot of their later stuff as well.
mm,
Not all of it like in actual time, but I went back and listened to a lot of it, and yeah, I still really enjoy a lot of that music, even if it's really weird. And that band's a bit different because they had some minor success with that first album, but
yeah,
they got huge on the second album with
yeah,
that "Superman Is Dead" song,
yeah,
and then they just like disappeared completely.
yeah. Yeah, they just fell off the face of the earth.
But yeah, I really liked the next couple albums as well that were like, yeah, a lot of what I like about Our Lady Peace is how weird some of their stuff are. Like starting with the vocalist,
Yeah,
he doesn't sing like a normal person.
no, he
Uh,
sounds crazy.
you know,
But yeah,
but
I felt like some of this album reminded me of like, oh, this kind of sounds like art. Like it
sure.
seems like they went in that direction, but not like all the way.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, like when I listened to this album, I don't know, I guess maybe three times, and then I went and listened to Rotting Pinata, and I was like,
Hmm.
oh yeah, this is what I thought Sponge was.
Uh-huh.
Like I was like, oh yeah, this is what I had in my mind for Sponge, not this Wax Ecstatic album.
Totally.
But yeah,
Yeah,
like Wax
interesting.
Ecstatic was the track that I would say is probably my favorite, but I really didn't. I was not into really any of the tracks, but yeah, that was the one I would pick as my favorite.
Yeah, I haven't listened to any of their other albums, but there's also been big lineup changes with that band.
Oh yeah,
So I don't know if I don't know. Maybe they're better. Who knows? But yeah, I would like to check some of the later stuff out. But there's a bunch of like live albums. Like they did live versions of Rotting Pinata, and they did a live album of
yeah.
this album.
I didn't listen to it, but I saw
Hmm.
there was a live version of Wax Ecstatic.
Hmm. Yeah, I would say, huh, I'll go with I Am Anastasia. Probably I would say really Wax Ecstatic as well, but I'll just switch it up.
Sure, yeah. I mean that's another song that I was like, yeah, this one's not bad.
Yeah. All right,
But
and that's June done.
June
Topped and
done.
tailed.
Yes. Here comes July. So July
All
is going to
right.
be a
Give,
fiver.
give me that jazz piano, baby.
But yeah, so yeah, July 5 weeks we're gonna go
All
for
right,
July.
I'm ready.
Coming up on Monday, we're heading to Boston.
Is it
Boston.
Boston? Oh boy. All right. Is that the name
Uh,
of the album?
what?
Is that the name of the album?
Uh huh.
Boston, Boston,
Boston, Boston.
1976.
Sure. 70s, definitely. I don't know what year.
Oh, we've got an update. It looks like one team has taken the lead over the other team now.
Holy moly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we're heading into a 3 week. I do not know a single thing about any of these next
All
three.
right.
The July 9th to the 15th. Robert Bradley's Blackwater Surprise. Which seems like the album is called Robert Bradley's Blackwater Surprise also. That's next. Week after.
Lots of self-titles this month, eh?
That's the end. That's the end of the self-titles. After that is Unknown Mortal Orchestra, Sex and Food.
Okay.
Don't know anything about them either.
Me neither. Sex and Food?
Yeah, Sex and Food.
Cool.
After that will be Fences, Lesser Oceans.
Oh, okay. I know that one.
Don't know anything about them either. And then to round out the month, get you a little jazz piano.
Oh, boy.
Can you guess? Do you know any jazz pianists?
I know.
It's a fairly famous album we're going to listen to.
Is it called Awakenings?
No.
Is it... Okay. If you tell me the name of the album, will it give it away in the name?
Well, I don't know. I mean, yes, but I don't know how much you know about this.
Is the name of the album like self-titled?
No, it's not Duke Ellington and John Coltrane situation.
All right, then just give me the name of the album.
Time Out.
Time
Out. Probably the most famous song from the album is called Take 5.
Oh. Oh boy.
Dave Brubeck.
Okay, there you go, Dave Brubeck. Dave Brubeck.
Time Out.
Time Out. All right, good stuff. So 2 of these are from me.
Yep, 2 from you, 3 from the other list.
Boston, is that from someone I know?
No, I don't think so.
Is Unknown Mortal Orchestra from our friend RB?
No.
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 Is it from...
Unknown Mortal Orchestra? I have no idea what they are. He or she, I have no idea. It's from the Beastcast. Abby said it was her favorite album from this year.
Oh, really?
So I was like, all right, writing that one down. I have no fucking idea who they are. I also wrote down Jeff Bakalar's favorite album from that same podcast.
Oh, yes. What was that? I looked it up as well.
Ghost, I think? Something
yes,
Ghost?
That's right.
Ghost something?
Yeah.
Is it just called Ghost?
Yeah. The album might have a different name, but the
Whatever.
band is called Ghost.
It's also on the list because
Okay.
I don't know shit about them either.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure I think it was Abby that said Unknown Mortal Orchestra. And I have no idea what this is. But all of them are on Spotify. I checked at least that much.
Prequel is the name of the Ghost album.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That could show up at some point this year. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right.
Yeah.
See you in a month.
Bye.
Bye.